weekly tradition, the great race for NL MVP. Our list last week had Ohtani at number 1. Kyle Schwarber moved up from 7 to number 2. PCA there at 3. And then a lot of regular faces, although making a debut, Will Smith at number 10. So let's jump right into it. Here are the top 10 for the great race of NL MVP. Christian Yelich, welcome to the show.
When he's healthy, one of the best players in the league. No surprise. I'm glad to see him back doing his thing. And that's why the Brewers are on a run right now.
They've won 7 in a row. He's hitting .440 in that span. Christian Yelich, number 10. Oh, look who's back. Paul Skeens is number 9, Jake.
Look, when you throw pitches like that, you are a chance to be an NL MVP. Paul Skeens is not showing any signs of slowing down any sophomore slump.
3rd highest WAR of all players, including position players in the National League.
He's getting some offense.
Exactly. He's number 9. Number 8, he's back. Francisco Lindor.
Is he ever? He's playing as good as I've seen him. And last year, remember, he had a slow start and came on strong with gangbusters to finish in the final 3 of the real vote. I'm telling you right now, he's going to be in this thing the whole way, and we may see him in October.
From a veteran to a young budding superstar, James Wood on the list once again.
Oh my goodness, this young kid is as impressive as a kid as I've seen in the last few years get to the big leagues. We hear the names Gunnar Henderson and all of Bobby Witt Jr.'s. James Wood is going to be in a category of superstardom here soon.
He's sticking it to me because he wasn't on my All-Star list. James, you're starting. I'm just giving you a heads up. You're a starter next week.
Look who's moving on up. He was 10 last week. Will Smith is number 6, and I still don't think we're giving him enough love. His batting average over .340. He's having one of the best seasons we've seen from a National League catcher at this point. Will Smith on a tear is number 6. On to number 5, Kyle Tucker.
Yeah, a little concerned about the injury he just had with the pinky sliding into the base, but man, he's playing great in Chicago. Perfect fit, and that's the reason, again, like Yelich, the Cubs are at the top because the star's performing.
And he's stealing bases. On pace, he's flirting with a 40 stolen base season. Kyle Tucker, number 5. Freddie Freeman, batting average over .360.
This guy's aging like fine wine. Freddie's arguably having his best season of his career. You saw the World Series last year when you start to see these all-time records and who he's tying with doubles. It's scary.
So here's what's wild. The top 3 from last week are all back this week.
What?
Pete Crow Armstrong had 3 hits, 2 stolen bases yesterday. You see what they did last week. Shohei Ohtani, obviously, with 4 home runs. I mean, my goodness, all 3 of these guys getting it done. There's only one thing to do. We have to have the horse race. And to join us for that, one of the stars of the show, Dan Plesac, has been doing great work calling some Chicago White Sox games. Dan, good to see you, bud. You'll be back tomorrow on the show. Are you ready to call a race?
Yeah, I'll be back. Same 3 guys. We've got the horse for the cool kids in PCA, the horse for the world in Ohtani, and the horse for the working guy in Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, wow.
Let's load him into the gate, fellas. We've got 3 at the gate. It's a short 3-furlong sprint. And they're off. Shohei Ohtani for the lead. Kyle Schwarber digs it along the inside. The cool kid PCA trying to lunge. It's going to be 3 noses on the wire. Ohtani. The horse for the world, Shohei Ohtani.
Thank you, Dan Plesac. Well done.
Well, that was a close one, too, Greg. Kyle Schwarber, for not being a sprinter, he held in there pretty good with the cool kid, PCA.
Yes, he did.
Dan, I'm loving the glasses, man.
Tell you what, Harold, when you're calling the horse race, you don't want to get hit with any of that kickback. You got to take care of those eyes. You got to take care of those eyes. You get in the wrong spot between Ohtani and PCA, you get all that kickback. You get in your eyes, you can't see where you're going.
I love it. I love it. Dan, we'll see you back here tomorrow, okay, bud?
I'll be there 5 o'clock, ready to go. Me, you, and Harold Reynolds. Jake, keep that seat warm and listen. Resist the temptation to punch. I have to break and bring that out in you.
I'm telling you.
Just remember, you're a lawsuit away from spending a night in jail. Don't hit him.
Hey, stay tuned. Hey, if I can hit him with these gloves that you have below, I see the boxing gloves below the desk.
Oh, yeah, they're down there.
Putting them on.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll bail you out of jail. If you deck them, just deck them good.
Dan, he's
If you're
learning.
going to go down, go down.
He's learning, Dan. That was just Devers. We got other things coming.
Oh, we got a lot more. Dan Plesac, you're the best. We'll see you soon, bud.
All right, you guys look great.
We have more. Look at this. Alex Cora on Devers taking grounders. I had no idea that was happening.
He's always going to take grounders.
I don't know. I think he put a pause on that. I do think he went a couple weeks without doing it. Look at these free agents last year. They just signed free agent contracts, right? This is all from one winter. Corbin Burnes, elbow tightness. Blake Snell, shoulder inflammation. Roki Sasaki, shoulder impingement. Triceps inflammation for Evaldi. Sean Manaea, strained oblique. Max Scherzer, thumb inflammation. Justin Verlander, strained pectoral. I mean, it's wild to see this many millions of dollars sitting on the IL. What do we make of that? It's a wild trend, is it not?
That's why they ask for the medicals so much. And with pitchers, you're always going to have things floating around your arm, no matter who you are. So you take that in consideration, but that's big. That's the big thing that's happening in the sport. And I think, we can go on a million different ways, but we have a guy standing here right here. I want to ask you, elbow discomfort, what do you think of when you hear that?
Well, we just saw Smith Shawver, go out with a UCL seemingly popping, So this doesn't look good to me. When you got a guy who, I don't think Corbin Burnes has missed a turn since 2021, taking the ball every time out. We're talking about innings. You saw him right there. He called the staff out and said, I don't think I can. He just took himself out of that game. That says the amount he's hurting.
He knows his body.
If he's coming out of a game, he is hurting. And like you said, knows his body. So there's big time concern here if he just removed himself from the game. Arizona, just as a team, is going the opposite way.
See, but I want to ask you, though, I felt elbow discomfort playing long toss, in the beginning of spring, your elbow, it's a little sore, creaky elbow. Everybody has that when you're playing catch. This is different, obviously, with a pitcher. So have you had that before? You said, I can pitch through this. What might he be feeling?
Well, everybody's different with pain tolerance and what they are. I will say this, Harold. Every pitcher throughout, if you're a starting pitcher and you're going to rack up 200 plus innings or 170 plus, you're going to deal with every 4 days in between. You're doing everything you can do just to get it feeling good again. When you go out and throw 6 innings, 100 pitches, this feels like death the next day. Throwing a ball sometimes. So some guys, you're certainly going to go through, guys who are staying healthy are going to go through times where they have some elbow discomfort. Now, to what degree, what you can pitch through. And then again, Corbin knows you want to protect yourself too and not have a Tommy John surgery like we just saw with Shawver.
This is worst case scenario for a Diamondbacks team that is, like you said, going in the wrong direction. You could put over the last 2 weeks the Diamondbacks in this type of company. The Rockies and the Athletics. That's how poorly they've been playing the last 2 weeks. Where they've slipped away outside the NL West standings at the moment. 8 games out, they were neck and neck with the Dodgers and the Padres.
Yeah.
It has been a bad 2-week stretch. Now you don't know where your ace is going to be, if he's going to be with you making impactful starts the next 2 weeks to a month. To me, this team is in a weird spot. They could plant the for sale sign by the All-Star break. And they've got guys that are in the last year of control that they can move. You got Zach Gallen, he's a free agent at the end of the year. Merrill Kelly, those are arms teams that are in the mix might be interested in. Josh Naylor's in a walk year. They've got money that they could offset and move away and start a rebuild because they do have a nice young core.
Walk year as well.
What's that?
Suarez.
Yeah.
Eugenio Suarez, and he's hitting tons of home runs.
Their problem's been their bullpen. Their bullpen, since losing Puck, they haven't had any really reliable guys to go to and get games won.
Yeah.
And then lineup continuity. We've seen Corbin Carroll at times and all of it kind of go, but it just hasn't meshed. And then when you're in that division, the Giants, Padres are really good behind what we call the best team in baseball, the Dodgers.
I'll tell you, I'm thinking about this Burnes injury, and I'm just thinking it's going to change how you view free agency.